With God of War Ragnarok right around the corner, or possibly already out by the time you see this, many people are wondering why everyone is so excited to see the continuation of the story of Kratos. This epic tale, carefully crafted by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment in April of 2018, is certainly a far cry from the story and gameplay from the original trilogy and prequels.
God of War! Destroy my enemies!
From a linear story and map to a vast open world with multiple side quests with twists and turns along the way. This is a game that can be played for hours with a story that will keep you invested from start to end. The game is a masterpiece in every sense of the word. Its beautiful overworld of Midgard will keep you captivated as you traverse its different biomes. You will also be traveling with your son Atreus, who will grow with you throughout the story and assist you in combat.
Can I have my bow back now?
We will be coming back to him later. For now, I want to talk to you about why God of War 2018 is not just at the top of so many people's top 10s list, but just one of the best games to come out in general. We rejoin Kratos, seemingly much older, calmer, and wiser, chopping down a marked tree with his new weapon of choice, the Leviathan axe. Atreus, the son of Kratos, following closely at his side. We can tell this is no longer the land of Greece from the original games. The land is covered in perfectly white snow, contrasted by the dark, rocky trail that leads to the home of where the father and son are staying. We learn that the log we have brought was meant for a pyre, one that is meant for Atreus' mother, who has recently passed. After Kratos bestows his son a knife that belonged to his mother, they set out to hunt so that Kratos can test his son's abilities.
What are we hunting?
You are hunting deer.
This is where we learn our basic combat controls, and we have a few options. Kratos now wields his axe that can be used in both close combat and thrown for long-range hits, and recalled easily to his hand with the click of a button. Kratos also has his Guardian Shield, a retractable Spartan shield he wields on his left arm that comes in very handy when you're dealing with a large group of enemies that attack from different angles and at long range. You also have the option of hand-to-hand combat. If you've thrown your axe to freeze an enemy in place, or if you want to increase their stagger meter to use a finishing move more quickly, this is a great option. Combat is smooth and fluid, easily flowing from one moment to the next. With the upgrade tree that comes with the new RPG style of play, combat options will open more as you progress. It really is a coin toss of whether you'll love or hate fighting the enemies of God of War. The reason for that is one of the glaring downsides to this game. Honestly, if you've seen other reviews for this, you probably already know where I'm going. Pretty much every boss fight is the same, just with a different gimmick. Sure, some of them get stronger, or they add more enemies to change it up, but this really is one of the downsides to this game. In previous iterations of the series, we were fighting different enemies of every shape and size. And yes, while that's true to a sense in this game, it really feels like the enemies lose their uniqueness since you fought them time after time. Don't let that distract you from this game though. There's so many more amazing things to do in this game. The real strength in it lies in its story. It's in this first stretch of the game that we see the dynamic for Kratos and Atreus. Atreus, or Boy, as Kratos commonly refers to him as, is still young, but wants to prove himself to his father. He's brash and runs in head first without thinking.
Only fire when I tell you to fire.
But we also learn that he was sick when he was very young, and is still prone to coughing fits now and then.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better now.
Meanwhile, Kratos is now quieter, more collected, filled with grief about his past actions. He does his best to be a good father while he hides his past from Atreus so that the cycle of violence will end. He takes his role as father and teacher very seriously and wants to guide his son to be better than himself. This culminates into incredible dialogue throughout the game, amazingly voiced by the talented voice actors Christopher Judge and Sonny Suljic, playing the father and son respectively.
That's where you get!
Boy,
Think I'm afraid of you!
your anger, you can get lost in it. The path ahead is difficult.
After returning home, we meet our main antagonist for the entirety of the game, a mysterious stranger that appears at the door, which immediately throws up our red flags. Our heroes believe that they are alone up on this mountain, so Kratos becomes cautious and alert. Once the door opens though, it starts what's probably one of my favorite scenes in the entire game.
I thought you'd be bigger.
We come to see a small, scrawny man, absolutely covered head to toe in tattoos. While Kratos towers over this man, it gives us a sense of superiority. We already feel stronger than him as he slaps Kratos across the face multiple times to seemingly no effect. He antagonizes us, trying to get us to answer a question that we have no idea about. Once Kratos has had enough though, he knocks the man back with a hard punch, and we think it's over until...
My turn.
We're suddenly launched into the air. Our thinking had done a complete 180 as we realize that this isn't just any man, but more likely a god of some sort. We go back and forth with him for a while, really getting a sense of his fighting style and the different combat options we have. We're also introduced to Spartan Rage, a hand-to-hand combat only that pushes Kratos filled with rage, unleashing a flurry of blows and slowly healing him. Eventually we come out on top. The real story begins at this point. With their home no longer safe, Kratos and Atreus depart to grant their deceased wife and mother's final wish, to have her ashes spread at the top of the highest mountain in all the realms, which turns into more of a daunting task than the duo originally expected.
Faye, what do I do? Our son is not ready to carry your ashes to the top of the mountain.
So what do you think? Do you think God of War still stands tall as one of the best games in existence? Or do you think it's fallen flat with more recent games? Hopefully you love it as much as I do. Like I said, I could praise this game for hours. I hope you enjoyed watching, and let me know if you want to hear more from me. I'm GenieOnTheMic with Air Force Gaming, and I'll see you in another review if you wish for one.